So my name is Matthew, as Amanda said, from the Business Benchmark Group. We've had the absolute pleasure coming on 12 months, and we're looking forward to another great 12 months with the Master Landscapers Association. We've got partnerships with people like Master Landscapers across Australia and New Zealand. And I'm coming here today to say hello to some existing clients. I know a couple of our existing clients couldn't make it today to see Amanda again, and just to start sharing with some small business owners learnings that we've had, and I won't say perfected, but certainly worked on over the last 18 years, since about 2005. The Business Benchmark Group has been in existence. So what Amanda is handing out to you, and what I'd like you to have a look at before I get started, is the first 8 questions on that piece of paper. This is what we call a bit of a business health check. And what I'm going to do over the next 30 to 40 minutes before the schnitzels and Caesar salads come out is talk to you about your business, get some feedback on your business, and I'm just going to share with you some of the learnings that we have in the industry. We have been servicing the small business trades and construction market since 2005, helping them go from being exceptional tradespeople in their business, squeezing a bit of lemon and making sure they turn into really great or exceed in being really great business owners. So that's what we're going to show you today. If you could fill out questions 1 to 8 for me and just pause, that would be wonderful. And I'm just going to show you a little bit about who we are. That would be great. And it's just for you. I don't need you to be sharing this with your colleagues and industry colleagues. But again, this is just a little bit of thought-provoking questioning that we're going to do, and hopefully will make a little bit more sense. My voice is changing. Does that mean that the microphone's on? I don't know. I could just say I could hear myself a little bit in that. No, that's fine. So questions, particularly questions 7 and 8, I would be starting to ask yourself as you're filling this out, have you ever asked this of yourself before as a business owner, and doesn't the food come out quickly here? So let me know when you've finished that part. Just questions 1 to 8 at the moment, and then put it down for me, and we'll just we'll get started. The essence of today, ladies and gentlemen, will be to discuss what I reference as the Business Benchmark Group, which is our business, and our methodology. And we are always getting business owners to think about 3 fundamental components within their business: lead flow, sales and marketing, workflow, operations, and cash flow, finance. So these might seem like simple or basic questions, but they are to be thought-provoking for you as business owners.
Amen. Sorry.
All right. Give another couple of moments, and even if you aren't a small business owner, feel free to fill it out. Amanda, if you and Kylie, make sure you're filling it out again. Absolutely. Okay. I might get into the first part because I can foresee this food coming out quite quickly. So thank you for allowing me to come and do lunch with you, Master Landscapers South Australia. And just want to provide some industry updates. My office did the animations incorrectly. It was all supposed to come in whooshing and whatever. But there are 2 screens if you need to look at them, or feel free to look and focus on me if you want to do that. Oh yes, please. Sorry, absolutely. It was more for the photos before anyway. So thank you. I apologise. Thank you. What have we seen in the last 12 to 24 months within small business and within specifically trades and construction, and therefore the impact of what is happening at an industry level flowing down to the key suppliers to that industry that make it work. The landscapers, the electricians, the carpenters. What we are seeing at the moment, and these are figures from the Bureau and from some industry. These are industry figures. These aren't mine. New builds at the moment are down 40% Australia-wide across the industry. Loans for new homes are the lowest in 15 years. We all know that. We've all probably got a mortgage here. I certainly do. And new loans are currently at 15-year record lows. New home commencements are also at decade lows. Now, those points 2 and 3 kind of working together. If I can't borrow the money, I'm probably not going to build the house that I can't afford. Regional areas, I was going to say regional regions, but that wouldn't sound great. Regional areas have had even bigger falls. Okay, so depending on where your businesses are located and where you do your business, that we are seeing that falls in those areas are falling even greater. Consumer confidence is at recessionary levels. Now, you can just turn on the 6 o'clock news here. I'm from Melbourne. Our 6 o'clock news is exactly the same, I'm sure, okay, and they're scaring us and letting us know. But it is at recessionary levels at the moment, which means the consumer, the person that wants to renovate, the person that wants to build is holding back at the moment at record levels. Wage growth, I tell my boss this all the time, wage growth is at record highs since the mining boom. Okay, home building pipeline takes a sharp decline at the moment. Since the RBA started raising rates, and this is continuing to shrink. Renovations, however, the statistics and the figures are telling us are booming. Renovations are booming. Okay, and it's really, really important to note that the smaller renovations are increasing even further, and they're attractive. Okay, they're far more attractive at the moment than the expensive new dwelling, which is getting out of reach. So renovations at the moment is the one area that we are seeing in the market that is taking off. This is important to note as landscapers in the room because this impacts you. Okay, I'm not here to make you feel miserable over lunch. I'm just here to provide some industry updates, and over the next 25 to 30 minutes, just give you some thought-provoking areas to think about, which was the intention of the first slide. So just a little bit about the Business Benchmark Group. We have been working in this industry. Only working with and dealing with small business owners in trades and construction since 2005 across Australia and New Zealand. And we have had the absolute privilege of helping thousands of small business owners take their businesses to new heights. And I look forward to having a discussion, very brief one, with Kylie at the end today as well. Okay. Now, that's a statement that we put up there not because we publish our own marketing to say we are regarded as one of the foremost authorities of business mastery, but because the longevity of clientele that come into our programs, into our arena, are seeing record profit improvements, record process streamlining, and helping them through what can be a very difficult area to navigate as a small business owner. We have been helping small businesses for the last 18 years 10x the cash flow, improve their profits, improve their cash flow, and 10x the value of their business. You all have an asset in this room, okay? And the more it becomes streamlined, the more it becomes processed, the greater that asset builds around you. And one day will be sold to an investor at the highest multiple. And something that we are exceptionally proud of as a business coaching organisation for trades and construction is that 93% of business owners that join our communities, join our programs, are seeing double-digit profit improvements year on end. Okay? And we are seeing, now I don't know how appealing this will be to you, but we are seeing, and we're recording that every year our business owners are working on average 5 hours a week less in their business, because it is about helping break through some glass ceilings that we all potentially have as business owners, helping with a bit of process streamlining, helping you be a little bit more accountable. They are some fantastic statistics that we are very, very proud to to speak to. Because if we reflect on the industry since, well, if we just reflect on the last 24 months, and we are still seeing the knock-on effect of the I call it the spicy cough. We are still feeling the knock-on effects of the spicy cough, which affected both of our states pretty harshly. I'm going to tell you that we won in Victoria in relation to how we felt it. But sorry, flashbacks. 2 years of homeschooling my children. We are still seeing the knock-on effects, and we need to reflect on 2024. And as small business owners, what do we notice in our customer base and within our industry conversations that we have with master landscapers here in South Australia, in Victoria, with our deep connections into the master builders or master plumbers associations, but specifically the conversations we have with master landscapers, is that small businesses find it very, very difficult to say no to work. Okay, and again, that blue sheet that I've asked you to fill out, and we're going to fill out the back of it in the next 15 to 20 minutes, it's always about understanding your ideal job with the ideal margin to the ideal customer, and having the power and the transparency in industry to start saying no. Business owners, and we work with hundreds and thousands of them every day, are often very busy and focused on being really busy rather than making money. Margin controls, one of the key areas of small business that if it is not focused on, reviewed and reflected, and where necessary reset, can be a huge hurdle for small business. Margin control, ensuring that our costing models are continually reviewed, reflected and reset upon throughout the staging of a project, if we have variations throughout a project, and ensuring that we are accounting for variable change. Margin control, one of the most overlooked areas in small business that we see on a very, very frequent basis. Who tries to be the best, the most reliable and the cheapest? The customer certainly expects that of us. Okay? And there's a few nods of agreement in the room already, right? Who on earth thinks that statement makes sense? Okay? So ensuring that we are pricing correctly, that we are attracting the ideal job at the ideal margin to the ideal customer. If I was to ask the room who is the ideal customer, can someone shout out to me except Kylie? Who is the ideal customer?
One who trusts you to do your job.
Trust you to do the job, absolutely. I'll extend from that. The ideal customer in 2024, which was the same answer that we would have given back in 2005, is someone who doesn't mess with our schedule and who pays us on time. Our ideal customer, okay? Again, so are we reviewing, are we reflecting, and are we being held accountable to those areas within our business, and not just, focusing on being really, really busy? Not every dollar that we invoice, as we know as business owners, is of the same value. And what we find often with small business owners is that they are busy and being great operators, not always being the owner in the business, not always having someone hold them accountable to the business owner time within their 40 to 50, dare I say it, 60-hour week. There are varying businesses in this room of different size, all from the same industry, which is why we're here to talk to our friends in the landscaping market. There are 5 phases of a business journey, of a business owner's journey, okay? And what we need to do throughout those journey stages can take different shape, and does take different shape. And as we go through the different phases of that ownership journey, we need to make sure as small business owners, and again, we've been doing this for a very, very long time in helping businesses scale, okay, in making businesses scale, we need to make sure that as we grow through those stages of business, that we're taking the right business tools with us, the accountability with us, and the continued review, reflect, reset methodology with us. So we all start out as business owners, and the first $1 million, normally the most exciting and normally the hardest to get. And then when we get, and as we're getting to that $1 million business, we are still the centre of everything. We are on the tools. We are sales, we are marketing, we are operations, we are debtors, finance, we are counsellor. We are the whole kit and caboodle as that business owner that starts to get to their $1 million. We grow the business the business starts to grow through great reputation, through great referrals, and we start now we get to that $2 million phase in our business, and we start to turn into a bit of a manager. We've now got maybe 1 or 2 or 3 guys and girls on the team that are reporting to us. We might have a small team lead in there. We need to start we need to ensure that we're taking different business tools and systems with us as we start to grow through that journey. $5 million. Okay, this is probably one of the hardest milestones to reach as a small business owner, is cracking from the 2 to 5. Okay, because now once we get to that $5 million in business, we've now become the true owner in our business. We've got team lead, we've got supervisors, we've got a whole different shaping system now as opposed to that $1 million business that started out a couple of years ago. Once we get to that $5 million, the journey takes off overnight. Okay, and it's just ensuring that as you go through your journey, wherever you are right now, that you are taking the right process and system with you, and just making sure that you continue to review and reflect, and realising that when I'm starting out in my small business, there's that $1 million business. Maybe I'm $500,000 today. I'm saying yes to everything. I'm chasing every tail that wags. We've all been there and we've all seen it. But as we start to grow and we start to leverage, we start to make sure that we are in control of our destiny across all of those three fundamentals of business: lead flow, sales and marketing, workflow, operations, and cash flow, finance. Any questions? Don't normally take questions, but any questions? No? Great. Okay, so something that we have worked on for a very, very long time within our organisation is what we call our business conveyor belt. And I must say that only having worked for the last 18 years with small business, and small business in this country, okay, and globally, is where we define anything up to about $25 million in turnover, okay? The Business Benchmark Group, what I'm talking to today, specifically deals with business owners, okay, who start turning over on and around that $400,000 to $500,000 mark, have got 1, preferably 2 team members in field, up to about 25 on the team, and $10 to $12 million worth of turnover. That's the small business that I'm talking to, and I'm assuming, without asking for your bank records right now, that's probably the room that I'm talking to today. And the business conveyor belt has been designed, as I've said a couple of times, in the 3 fundamentals: sales and marketing. Are we attracting the ideal job? What work do you like doing? What work are you good at? Then once we win the work, we've got to hand it over to operations. We've got to hand it over at the budget that we priced it at. We've got to make sure that as we're handing it over to operations, we're handing it over and delivering to the client just a little bit more than what we promised, okay? But ensuring that what we promised is what we're delivering, not to the customer, but also internally, okay? Margin control, on time and on budget. Okay, and are we reviewing and reflecting on that on an ongoing basis? What we see time and time again with business owners when we have these conversations is, you doing this? Yeah, no, I check the odd job here and there. All no dramas. But as business owners, we absolutely need to be reviewing and reflecting on every piece. Then we come into the part of the business that's probably most important to all of us, which is finance, which is cash flow. Am I being paid on time? Am I being paid on time with the right margins within this workflow? Now, that little mark in the middle here, when sales, marketing, operations, and finance all work together, there is a small dot in the middle that's referencing. Can anyone guess what that is? It does say it on the screen, so feel free to yell it out. That's where we meet profit. Okay, and that is where profit is born, and that's where profit can be sustained. And if we can get these 3 areas of business aligned, not every now and again, but on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, through systematic targets that are based on your business, not based on what the industry says that you should be doing, based on your business, your actuals, okay, then we will meet a place called Dreamflow. Okay, and we here as the Business Benchmark Group are here to help all business owners, small business owners in trades and construction realise Dreamflow, both in personal and business life. Okay, it's not always about the money. Okay, it's about ensuring that you as business owners are home at 6 o'clock to be with your loved ones, on the weekends, and ensuring that we're setting up and holding you accountable to a system that allows you to do that. The Business Benchmark Group holds an annual conference in Melbourne where we get a large majority of our clients come in for a 2-day conference. It's a summit and conference, 2 days worth of workshopping, and on the Saturday night, it's held at the Crown, and on the Saturday night we do a big gala awards, black tie, whatnot. We've got different categories for different business owners, and I've got to tell you, when I experienced this last year in October, and we awarded a particular business owner, he came up on stage, this guy, 6'5", big neck tattoos, someone that if I saw walking down King Street at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'd probably turn left so that I didn't walk into him. On stage, received his award, and we asked him to talk about what he'd experienced with us over the last 12 to 24 months. He broke down in tears. He said, and he didn't reference the profit. He referenced that he's now home on the weekends to spend time with, I'll say little Johnny and little Gabrielle, right? But he's home on the weekends to be at the sports with little Johnny and Gabrielle, because as a business owner in small business, in trades and construction, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. And so to see a big guy like that, the big holes in the ears and whatnot, and tattoos, you'd never thought he'd have shed a tear in his life, right? Was a blubbering mess because of the breakthroughs that we'd helped and made him accountable too. So really cool business to be a part of when you're doing that. So those words are great. Those words are great. And if I'm referencing lead flow, workflow, cash flow, get the right customer, get the right margins, whatnot, that's great. But this is not a Tony Robbins speech, and this isn't Jordan Belfort. Okay? Certainly don't have his lifestyle. Okay. We need to put words into numbers. We need to put words into numbers because the language of business is finance. Okay? And when I get you to turn over, not just yet, but when I get you to turn over the blue sheet and I ask you to think about areas within your business that you could be refining, I'm asking you to look at lead flow. How many leads do we currently have? So I'm going to take an example of an existing landscaping business, not yours, Kylie, an existing landscaping business that we have within our community, and we have scores, okay? And I want you to just think about the amount of leads that are currently coming into this business. This is annual figures, by the way. Currently 2,000 leads are coming into this business every year. Now, this business is helping their customer buy. Okay, we're never selling. We're always making it easy for our customer to buy. Okay, at about 25%, 1 in 4. That's okay. I'd be happy with that. Okay, so this business currently, or before they joined with us, was attracting 500 a year, what we call A-grade customers. Okay, because one thing that we also need to do as small business owners when we are looking at our current customer base is who are our A grades, who are our B grades, and who are our C grades. And as we start to build more muscle, start deselecting the C grades, start deselecting the B grades, and only focusing on those A grade customers. Okay, what current repeat referral system do you currently have in place? How many times are we going back to existing customers, asking them for a review, asking them for a referral? Okay, an area that I know in my business, at the Business Benchmark Group do. Okay, how many times are we doing this, and on what consistent basis? This business, 4 repeat referrals per year. Happy days, no dramas. The average invoice for this business, $500 a year. Great, no dramas. Income, $1 million a year. $1 million business. Happy days. 500 customers, got some repeat businesses, $1 million worth of income, and my margins are at 20%. Healthy. Not a broken business. Pulling in $200,000 worth of profit a year. Happy days. I guarantee you none of us in this room are saying, geez, I wouldn't like that. Okay? Now, we concentrate. Go through for me. Very good. We concentrate on lead flow, workflow, cash flow, and we concentrate on the 1%ers, those 1 to 10%ers across all 3